Hi, I'm Shaw, a cognitive behavioural therapist with the Hertfordshire Partnership Foundation Trust, Improving Access to Psychological Therapies team. You've probably seen the abbreviation of our name, HPFT IAPT. We offer a range of short-term psychological treatments for people in Hertfordshire and Mid Essex area with common mental health difficulties, including cognitive behavioural therapy, or CBT for short. It's completely normal for people with long COVID to feel low or worried whilst trying to cope with how they feel physically. We can help if you or someone you know feels like this. In a moment, you'll hear Rachel talking about her emotional experience with long COVID. Rachel worked with one of our HPFT IAPT therapists and has kindly agreed to share her experience with you.
So I caught COVID in March 2020, but I didn't recover in the same way that the rest of my family did. I continued to experience quite debilitating fatigue and body aches and pains and breathlessness and chest tightness and pain. And I can vividly remember trying to go for some walks to try and encourage myself to get better, and feeling like I was walking through syrup. And by December, I was getting so frustrated. I thought maybe if I pushed myself a little bit, I might improve. And I tried to do a little bit of exercise on a rowing machine. I did just a couple of minutes. It was literally just 1 minute. I did that over the course of about 3 or 4 days, and then by the sort of 4th, 5th day, I couldn't walk. I continued then to really struggle with my muscles. My muscle pains became a lot worse, and in February I had such a big crash that I had to stop working completely, and my mobility became very, very poor. My daily life looks very, very different to the way it did before. Everything takes about 3 or 4 times longer than it would have done beforehand. So after each thing that I do, I have to rest because of the fatigue. And it also means that I'm not able to do daily tasks that I would normally do. So my husband has to do all of the housework, all of the childcare. If I try, I end up with very severe pain the next day or the day after. I have had to make a lot of adaptations to my life. So I now have a shower chair. I now have a stair lift. I use a wheelchair if I go out, which I can only do kind of every now and then so that I don't overdo it. It's a lot harder to be with people as well. So I know as a mum, I have 2 small children, and it's very hard for me to spend time with them. And it's really, really sad because we had a great relationship, and now obviously they're not seeing as much of me, and it's very hard for them too. I think one of the biggest things has been dealing with the kind of grief of loss, and what long COVID has taken from me has been huge this year. I've lost so much of who I used to be, so much of what really I kind of identified with being me. I've lost my job, and I've lost kind of my mobility, and I've lost a lot of relationships as well because I haven't been able to maintain them. So I think the other thing to acknowledge is just the huge levels of stress and anxiety that long COVID has caused. There's partly the not knowing of what's happening to your body and not understanding it, and being quite frightened really of where you might end up. So there have been moments where I felt very, very low and very, very worried.
Each person will have their own unique experiences of long COVID. This includes the way it makes them feel emotionally. In CBT, we look at what we think and what we do, and how this can lead to feelings of low mood and worry. Our IAPT therapists have additional training in long-term physical health conditions. We offer therapy in groups, individually, over the phone, via a video screen, or through a computerized program. Each person is different, so what we provide is tailored to your needs. Let's see how therapy helped Rachel.
I was really lucky that the person that I was referred to was very proactive in helping me get support that I needed outside of the therapy environment, but also that they recognised what I needed was somewhere to process grief and anger. It's more about having someone to process those changes with, and sort of process how it makes you feel to to be suddenly in a place of disability.
If you would like to find out more about CBT, learn some tips to look after your emotional well-being, or hear about available support in IAPT, we invite you to attend the Long COVID Moving Forwards webinar,